Hello and welcome to Brookdale Newsmakers. I'm your host, Sophia Parola. Here with me is Bernard Weinstein. He is an honorary degree recipient, a practicing attorney, and a dedicated Brookdale student. Hi, Bernard. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
So, how does it feel to be here today, being honored and recognized for all your work? And what are some of the accomplishments that you think led to this award?
Well, how do I feel? It's extremely emotional. You get to be a certain age, you get a little bit more emotional about things like this. Feels great. And I think that my accomplishments, I really don't know. I really can't tell you exactly why I was selected for this honor, except that I've been a student at Brookdale since about 1989. Every semester, except one or two when I wasn't able to attend because of medical reasons, for example. But I more than made it up by going summer and evening classes. So realistically, for let's see, 27 years or thereabouts, I've been a student here in Brookdale. I haven't majored in any particular subject, except most of the classes I've taken were in the literature category. And for the last 15 or so years, I've been focusing in on Shakespeare plays.
Oh, wow.
I took the courses under Dr. Collender when he gave the courses, and I've taken the courses since Dr. Cody took over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm beginning to become a little bit of an expert in some of it. Also a little bit critical after so many, after reading the same play 4 times, for example, getting 4 different meanings out of it, you begin to ask 4 different kinds of questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is. But I really don't know why I was given this honor. I've been doing some work with the Freehold, with the Brookdale Veterans Club. I've done some work with them. Last week, I presented a presentation of World War II and World War I memorabilia and paraphernalia, some of which were mine, some of which belonged to members of my family, like my brother. Older brother who passed away some years ago, most of which I've accumulated over the years from all sorts of categories, whether it's a local news article, a book review, or an obituary item. So over the years, I've accumulated a lot of that, and I've given that presentation twice.
Wow.
Once at the Lincroft campus, and last week at the Freehold campus.
It's amazing. I love Shakespeare, so that's really awesome that you... So you have started taking classes at Brookdale in 1989, correct?
Right.
And you have taken 68 courses since then?
I don't know how many courses.
I think that's amazing. That's what I read on you, and I think that's amazing. Why did you decide to come to Brookdale and start studying here?
Well, for several years prior to 1989, there was a significant change taking place in my lifestyle, for whatever reason it was. And about 2 years before 1989, which would make it 1987, maybe possibly 1988, I lived in Freehold Township, not far from the Freehold Township High School. Mm-hmm. And I read that the Freehold Township High School had a night session giving some courses. One particular course which I was interested in was baking, because I like to cook. And I like to bake also. So the lady who was giving the course in baking was very good at it. She lived just a couple of blocks away from where I did at the time, in an adult community known as the Villages in Howell Township. And I was asked if I could drive her to and from the school, because she didn't drive. So I said, of course I would do it. Mm-hmm. So I drove her from her home to the school, and then in the evening, after the class, I drove her back. as a result of which she kept loading me up with home baked goodies and all of that,
That's
which
amazing.
which was, and of course I picked up a lot of tips from her as far as baking. Incidentally, unless I'm mistaken, I think that Professor Zygo was in charge of the adult education program at the Township High School at that time. That's my recollection. I may be wrong, but he was in charge, I think, and I met him there for the first time. But learning getting tips on baking, it's fine, but it doesn't stimulate you intellectually the way going back to college, going back to a more formal type of education. So I read about, of course, I read about Brookdale local newspapers, etc., and I decided to try it the first time. The first time I came here, I was not a senior citizen. I had to pay full tuition. So, and when I came down to register for the first time in Lincroft, I was amazed at the number of people, not youngsters, I'm talking about people my age and older at that time, were there to register, and it was like old homework for them because they were coming back every semester apparently. And I met some people that I knew. I met it there. So I signed up at that time as for a literature class. It might have been world literature. I think it was world literature. Dr. Callender and a visiting professor from Australia, Kevin Hayter, joined together and gave that course in world literature. That was my first course.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay,
That's amazing.
Okay.
It was very nice having you on the show. And congratulations on this award.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. To learn more about Brookdale, visit our website at brookdalecc.edu. I'm Sophia Pearl with Brookdale Television. Thanks for watching.